Mama send she in the pond for water.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
Mama send she in the pond for water.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
And when I go tell she mama.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
And when I go tell she mama.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
Yes, mama send she in the pond for water.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
Mama send she in the pond for water.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
And when I go tell she mama.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
And when I go tell she mama.
That little boy come shake up shilala.
She mommy give me peas for dumpling.
And when I go tell me mama.
She mommy give me peas for dumpling.
And when I go tell me mama.
And when I go tell me mama.
She mommy give me peas for dumpling.
And when I go tell me mama.
She mommy give me peas for dumpling.
Oh Lord, the I jump. Get it. Ah, yo, Viola, Viola, yo, Viola. Ah, yo, Viola, Viola, yo, Viola. Ah, yo, Viola. Good Lord, it's time now that I should leave. This whole experience had me intrigued. I can't believe the act that I come to see. This little island have a rich history. Sugar Adams once ruled the show. You but and Django follow. Right now it's Flurry, Jack and Loxin. Oh, these men rule the ring. Tell me ho. I said I wanna never see tell me ho. I tell me ho. I jama. Tell me ho. I said I wanna never see tell me ho. I tell me ho. Ah, yo, Viola, Viola, yo, Viola. Ah, yo, Viola, Viola, yo, Viola. Ah, yo, Viola. Hele madame, madame, Anancio, 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 Anancio. Hele madame, hele madame, 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 Anancio, 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 Anancio. How I marveled at the culture of this beautiful island. How we fight so hard to save those traditions. It is amazing how throughout the years the culture has evolved. And today we see most kayaks are involved. From the building of a tomb to the gathering from a room, you hear the sweet sound of the drums and the songs that go on. Anancio, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba. Our ancestors are the ones who ride the waves and brave the storm. Yes, they came from far as captives, Africans. They toil and they struggle hard to pass the culture on, and it fell within the grasp of noble hands. Sugar Adams and Hensky, Puffela and Prince Lawrence, see them again, free and Lucian. This name
And good night to you once again, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points.
have to live on. Anancio,
My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, Anancio, sorry Baba. Anansi, oh sorry Baba. Anansi, oh sorry Baba.
Saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums. Remember to hit the like button, and for those of you on the Facebook, hit the share button as well. And if you know how to share it from YouTube to WhatsApp and Facebook and all them things, do that too.
It is a thrill to see the skills of the dancers as they perform when they dance to the beat of chromatic songs. The frills, the glad, the glamour,
And indeed, we say a special good night to the listeners joining us on YouTube.
the move that
Those of you joining us via Facebook.
they portray. Spark and
Those of you joining us via We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn.
undivided interest. All the
And tonight we're also joined by One Soca Radio out there in Brooklyn as well.
with new dancers like Jella,
So we say a special good night to the listeners on One Soca Radio.
LV and
It is Talking Points. I'm Sheldon Scott.
Patricia. As soon as they enter
This is the Talking Points family.
in the ring, the whole crowd just start to sing and take control. Aye, Taule, Taule.
Good night to you, buddy.
And take control.
A good friend from since school days, man.
Taule, Taule.
Drunk and disorderly. Drunk and disorderly. We go jump, jump, everybody. Jump, jump.
And take control.
Buddy, what year was that in Soca Monarch, man? It was in the Soca Monarch finals when? 97, 98, yeah?
Taule. And take control. Taule, Taule. And take control. Taule, Taule. And take control.
Good night to you, Mr. Handsome.
Taule.
Drunk and disorderly, you're laughing at, man. Buddy, I know you must laugh on that one, man. We're going to take one more. And folks, I must apologize earlier. We had scheduled to have Mr. Alvin Dabrio on with us tonight. No, it was late notice to him. So it is not his fault. It was late notice to him by myself that I wanted him to come on tonight so we could speak on the closure situation and one or two other issues surrounding the constituency of St. John. So he was unable at the last minute, he was unable to make it. He was trying his very best to be on with us tonight, but he won't be on with us. So we're going to keep the phone lines open because the originally planned program, we have to shift from that now. So we're going to keep the phone lines open, 1473-440-7377. Remember, you can only call us on the WhatsApp. Give us a call on the WhatsApp, yeah? Yeah, so buddy, that was Soca Monarch 1997, eh? I was there.
It's party time, let's go! Yes, you left you on the light. Now you're back to enjoy the rest of the night. And it is such a good sight. You've waited and waited for so long for this day to come. Now that we together, we can party on forever. It's amazing. Life is worth living. I guess I know how you feel. All the fun.
And we've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how you doing, Papa?
Not too bad, brother. Not too bad. How's everybody?
Well, everybody is good, man. The flu was trying to take me over the weekend, but I take it instead.
All right. Good night, Talking Points. Good night to the family and NP. We are here.
Yes, man.
So everybody, everybody be safe and everybody's okay.
Yes,
But Sheldon, Sheldon, I listened to this program in terms of the road inclusion. And when I sit and analyze this, hold on. They didn't have no consultant with them or no planning and so to do the job.
Well, my,
They just
my
give these
friend,
men the job to do.
the thing is this, huh? If you are a person who passes through Cloget regularly, you're resident in Cloget, you are a regular visitor to Cloget, you would know that there are certain things that are specific to the area called Cloget that if you're doing a
Sure.
project like that, that you have to take into consideration. And you would definitely, if you have any sort of inkling into where you're going, know that you must take into consideration the possibility of groundwater.
Yeah, because Sheldon, I work in this place for years with my mom. Monflix, up to Cloget, Mongvugi, which is just right where the road cut. And Postle, the land that Postle had up there, I think they have sold it now, they sold the property now. But the land up there had a lot of springs, Sheldon. You have a spring right up in Monflix, you have a spring right in Mongvuvu, you have a spring by Jonathan. Jonathan, that's a land down in the bottom, at the road down here. So there are many springs up there, and plus you have a big river, plus you have another river in Porcelain. So them people go and do this road. They should be tested. This road should be tested by some expert.
I don't think enough conversations took place between, and again, we keep hearing the contractor. The contractor is not the person to do that. The contractor is to execute the job. Yeah?
That's correct.
It's the Ministry of Works. Should have had discussions with the people in the community, not just to tell the person who owns the property that is now heading down into the valley there, that look, we come in and do something, we need a piece of land to put a shed. But speak to them, speak to the other people that live close by there. I'm sure, especially when you hear people in their 60s, 70s, 80s and above going there, they could give you the history of an area, because not only from what they know, but what the people before them who have gone to the great beyond told them. So the people who pass 100 years and gone to the great beyond, what they told to those who were in the 60s and the 70s and so on. So you have to speak to the people in the area. You have to do your tests. You have to check. You have to do your tests in the soil and different things, so where water is going. And you do those tests before you start spending on a project like that, because in my view, what has been done right now is they're going to need at least, well, they're going to need a significant amount of money. And we ain't talking hundreds of thousands here. We're talking at least $1 million. They're going to need to fix and to find a solution to what is taking place there. You would expect...
Sheldon, $1 million, $1 million, don't fix it that road. You need more than 1 million. But you need more million to fix that road. That road is not... I see the road.
It's moved from a minor project of putting up a wall to a major project of having to reconstruct the entire road and build some type of bridge, because again, and various folks will tell you that it's along a fault line. So it means that the land there is going to be constantly moving and so on. That is one of the considerations. And so there's so many things that should have been taken into consideration before. That is why I'm calling out incompetence of the leadership. Now, I know the guys in the Ministry of Works. I know them personally. I know that they're not incompetent. I know the engineers. I know the various people there. But if people who are senior to them rush in a job and just tell them, get that done, so they don't get the time to do the test because somebody say, well, I need something to look so like I'm doing something, so rush and do that. And that is done. It's not done properly. I don't find it as an indictment on the Ministry of Works, you know. It's an indictment on who is in charge of the Ministry of Works. And the minister is the Prime Minister. Now we're hearing that sometime this weekend, I ain't advertising for him, so I ain't giving the exact day, but sometime this weekend is when he'll find himself in Cloget. A week has passed on this situation. He ain't find himself in Cloget. The Minister of Infrastructure, the man who's responsible for what's taking place there, he has not found himself in Cloget. Now he says he'll come in and have a meeting sometime in the next few days in Cloget. Well, go ahead and have a meeting, but people don't really care about the meeting right now. What they care about is what is being done there, how soon it would complete so they could return to some normalcy. You isolate the people. This is an isolated community the best of times. No self, you isolate them.
Because Sheldon, when I listen to people from Cloget, they need help right now. What alternative is given to them? To water them, because Cloget puts a lot of provisions and banana and oranges and stuff like that. You mean to tell me that they got to go all over Grenada to put their produce? And if some of them come to Guava and sell, what consideration is given to them?
Well, it's
JP,
not.
tell me, JP,
Okay,
JP,
let me
marriage Marshall.
put it to you like this, right? There are several small-scale nutmeg farmers in Clogier. There are people who have bigger plots, people who have smaller plots, right? So let's look at it this way. They go in and collect a bag of nutmeg that usually they would have just go down to St. John and sell. They may
That's correct.
sometimes you may not even make a full $100 according to how much, or you make just over $100 according to how much you pick up. Right. Now you've got to take that nutmeg instead, and you saw the notice that they can now sell their nutmegs in Grenville. But it costs $100 for a taxi from Clogier. I could give you the exact cost. It costs $100 for a taxi from Clogier to go to Grenville. So by the time you take that taxi to go to St. Andrew, to go and sell that nutmeg, you ain't making no money. You're not making any money.
Yeah, go on.
It's going to have to be a situation where several of them have to come together and rent a vehicle. So you can, where you had the freedom before where you could have just go and do that. Everybody had to get together now, hire a vehicle, not rent, hire a vehicle to take the nutmegs, to go into St. Andrew, to go and sell, because individually it does not make economic sense. Yeah, because by the time you sell the nutmeg, the money you're getting back ain't making sense.
Well, besides load, Sheldon, besides load coming with, just to walk from Clogier to come to Florida Gap and to get a taxi is costing them $25, just that alone. So most places when they have load and they have to carry it on their head up and to come down to get a taxi, it costs more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think most consideration should be given to the people of Clogier, give them some compensation or vehicle or something so they can carry down themselves with a produce both top and bottom, because they need that.
And this is what both the political leader of the New National Party, Honorable Emlyn Pear, and Mr. Alvin Dabrio, former MP and soon to be MP again, have said. They've said, provide transportation up to the point where you have that disaster having taken place, and then provide transport after there. And the problem, though, is that even with that, crossing that area is a dangerous thing right now. You don't know when the whole thing is just going to go down. So you can well, not the step. The step is good. The soil under the step is not good. Excuse me. So you have a situation where you've got people that are there crossing this thing, and at any point in time, the slippage could take place that the whole thing goes down. It is dangerous putting the people of Clogier in that situation. If an alternative route, now there is an alternative route that government could reopen. It's a road that's been long abandoned. I hear people talking about that particular road. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it is an alternative road that could be reopened and looked at as an alternative to having people passing over this thing. So at least
it's not easy.
Man, if it has to be done, listen, we're dealing with Grenadian citizens here. If it has to be done, it has to be done. The bottom line is we have to make ease for the people. Weekend on. What do you think happened to the people up in Clogier who usually come down with the dasheen, the tanya, the banana, and the sweet pepper, the seasoning, all these things? The people who come down with that and usually bring it down either to town or they bring it down to St. John itself to sell. They've been placed at inconvenience. Now some of these people, they have to go through the Grenada, and go down to town. The others, who usually have to go down to St. John itself, into Guave itself, these individuals now have to bring it to the point there, jog it across, and then get transportation on the other side to bring it down. I mean, yes, it is not a situation, and let's be clear here, it's not a man-made situation. It's not a situation that men made. But it is caused by incompetence at the leadership level. Yes, there was water underground. It's not man put the water there, with the exception of the pipe. There's not man put water to run under there and so on. But if proper planning had been done before execution, you would never have ended up in a situation like this. And ask yourself something, my good friend. You realize the minister at MIT ain't going around that one at all?
You don't see me. I don't see
that strange. You like to put yourself in all kind of things, man. If a coconut tree fall If a coconut tree fall in Pity Martinique, you want to run up there and you see you walking around it like a bulldog and pointing. Yeah, you move that tree there and fellas come, bring the saw, we go cut that tree. So how come you reach enclosure?
But not only that, Sheldon, you take $1 million to put a name. Mount Sinai to give just a name.
1 million?
Why you don't taking it?
You know start account, brother.
But okay, let us say they put more money.
Rub off your slate and
You
start
take a helicopter. You take a helicopter to drop in Mount Maurice. Why don't give them a helicopter enclosure?
Oh God,
pay the helicopter to drop them down and bring them up.
Papa, I ain't going that far. Oh God.
No,
I'm
you
being
got a helicopter to drop in Mount Maurice in a plane field.
I ain't going that
Let
far.
it take the helicopter now to drop people in closure and bring them down because the closure people they have to survive it.
You know me, I like to get trouble, but oh God, I ain't going that far to say get him a helicopter. Oh God.
Well, Kevin, you don't go in there going there. Because I saw the helicopter on TV, he dropped him there. So get the helicopter to bring people from closure. Because right now they need alternative.
Mm-hmm.
They need alternative because they have to do their business too. There are some people from closure working, they're going kind of palms to work. They have paid a vehicle $25 a day. Walk down from closure to reach down on the other side to pay $25 a day to go down. Come on, man.
Here's the thing though, that we must consider. School is closed right now, huh?
Yeah.
School is closed right now. What happens when schools reopen and the children of closed
What they do?
have to get
What
back
they do?
to school?
They do.
It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a serious problem. Yeah.
And Sheldon, another thing again. The people of St. John spoke out to say, look, how they've been feeling in terms of the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
My girl get vexed. She going after the media. Go after the people of St. John's. People of St. John's will vote for you.
No, she
Go and
can't.
tell them
That's still the wrong approach, my brother. It's not go after the people of St. John. What?
No, when I say go after the people, go and hear the people crying in St. John's. Then you go after the media. Go and listen to the people. Them that are on the ground, them not 14, them not feeling it. Them not selling. Go to hear the cry. Then you go after the media. The media is only there to listen to the people. But she was not pleased about it. Because she thinks she's doing something good in St. John's. People crying shame on that woman in St. John's. Shame they crying on her. Don't worry now, they going. You have to go fast. Sheldon, you have a good night, man, and continue doing a good job.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, and come let we dance. Get on. Take over the floor.
Yes, folks, and we did let you know on Friday night's program what the MP from St. John was saying in relation to that. And she had quite a mouthful to say in relation to that particular issue. But the bottom line is this. If folks are saying things are bad in a particular area, I heard a situation today of someone who was told that they need to make a payment, and they need to make that payment between now and Friday. They must make that payment to the government of Grenada. And if they don't make that payment, they are going to be charged a couple $1,000. And then outside of the couple $1,000 they're going to be charged how much? $100 a day. Not a month, how much? $100 a day until they extinguish the amount that they're supposed to pay to the government of Grenada. I mean, and then you hear the stories of the calls that are being made on a weekly basis, that are being made to the Ports Authority, and they're being told how much money, well, not told, they're being asked how much money all you make so far, how much money, all you meeting the target, how all you going there, how much all you bring in, and so on. So you understand what's going on when you go to the port now, that there is a situation where they are being made, hey, all you have to bring in the money, bring in as much money as possible, all you bring in enough, like desperation, you know, like a drug dealer kind of scene. Yeah, and this is not the first time we have a government and Ministry of Finance operating like if it's drug dealer kind of thing, you understand? Yeah, remember that time they was selling property like Drake until they sell property they don't own? Right, yeah. So we have situations taking place again that need addressing. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm okay, man. Okay, we get some raining. Happy up here, man.
Nice, nice, man.
Thank God for the rain.
That's not a bad thing.
Thank
That's not
God,
a
thank
bad thing.
God. Shower blessing.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
But I have to go. I have to go to the people of closure of what happened to them. And Brother Sheldon, I remember in the campaign, and you see they putting people first. But like that first become no worry at all, not even last. Because they didn't even consulting with the people. So everything that NDC do, they just go ahead and they do it. They go ahead and do it. Because when people live in a village, I want to do something. Consult the people, get the people in the village know.
Hold on, friend. Remember, we went over that point already. So if you have a new point to bring, go ahead and bring it. So we don't take up time with saying things that we just say less than 10 minutes ago. Come with a new one. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, Brother Sheldon. So what I want the people going to Carriacou Peter Martinique to do, check the voters list. Check to see if they name there on the voters list. Not only your name, when you go and look at the voters list, don't only look for your name, but look for your family, your friends, people that you know the name was there, because sometimes you check and the name was there, but next 2 weeks, next month ago, the name is absent from the voters list. Check it. Scrutinize the voters list to make sure that your name there, and not only your name and family name there, but people's names people that you know that are not living in the constituency, and you see the name there, report that to the person to the parliamentary rep, and then we will take it further, and the person responsible for the election in the area, so the person in charge of every constituency, they have to look and make sure the people named that on the voter are they not residing in Northwest. They have to their name to come out. I'm going to show you something I observed. Many times when you do the voter this, there people you put on the name and send it to Parliament, and when you get a next voters list again, the people name still there on the voters list here.
Let me ask, because I know you're involved in that part of it as well. Have you had situations where names were removed? Like for instance, let's say when you check for the period January to now, that you have reported, let's say 5 people that have been deceased, and these people were taken off the list, and then you see them appear back on the list again. Are you seeing something like that happening? Then people who were taken off the list, and then another list come out and you see them back on the list.
They're back on the list? Well,
you've seen that as well?
Yeah, I've seen that. And Russia, there are people who died about 20 years back, and them still there in the voters list. And you have some people who die about 3 or 4 months, and the name come out.
So the people who have died 20 years, this has been reported, and these people's names were taken off, and it's back again.
The name still there?
No, I'm
his name back. I could. Yeah, Russia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is a definite problem. That is a definite problem, and that is something that must be addressed. Yeah. Anytime you pick that up, I think what constituencies need to do is when they pick that up, they need to show the list that the name came off and show the name is back and show that hey, we on this date said shame them. In other words, into doing the right thing so that they do the job properly so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, because I remember we was in a meeting in the stadium. The last meeting Mr. Elvis Morin had with us. And that one of the concern that we raised with him. And he said that what happened was, like someone might die, live in America, they die. And then the in Grenada here, they might get information. But how long information taken to reach Grenada? If you formally die in America, they will agree Indian. Right? I said, well, that's about 2 weeks a month. The people that had information have to go somewhere to gather information. Right?
But again, if someone has died in the US and the people here in Grenada report that, and evidence is provided that the person indeed has gone to the great beyond, that the person has died, then the office has no choice. They have to move them. What information they mean from the US they're waiting on? The death certificate from the US government or whatever? They need to investigate and do what they have to do.
What they have to do? Again, that one of the question we asked Mr.
Maureen.
Roman,
Maureen. Yeah.
We asked him that, yeah, we asked him that. And then that was the answer he give us. The information, but how long information take? Because you are from Grenada here, alright? So then, once you sell out information to the family here, they go report that to where the information have to go to. Sheldon. Sometimes we don't know
Just before you run off, though, on another matter, what is the present situation of the families who have lost their home in your constituency?
Well, we reached out to them the same evening, and Saturday we went by them, we had a dialogue with them, and we assist them in certain things.
Okay.
Yeah. And we try to help them. Okay. So we started looking for some way for the family, the son and that because the mother living was separate from her children in back of her shop. Okay. So mostly the daughter because no man might even survive the young lady. Alright. She have a child or one or two child, but she also looking for some way to get for she to rest her head comfortable.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, my brother.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, and that's the situation with the fire victims out there in St. George Northwest. I think it's in Beaujeu, to be specific. Is it Beaujeu? Yeah. The fire victims out there. I did see a news report from the Meaningful Television MTV where they spoke to that situation. They spoke of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, the MP for St. George Northwest, was speaking to the government and asking them to assist in providing housing, even if on a temporary basis for these individuals, because Heritage, you've had a fire. And you know, the interesting thing is you see some people with some stupid statements underneath about, oh, you're getting $10,000 a month, deal with that. And again, the Honorable Emmeline Pear was on this program. She explained that $10,000. The Honorable Kate Skeeter Lois Peters was on this program, and she went in detail, clinically, and explained that $10,000. It cannot be used for situations like that. Yeah, it cannot be. There are things that it can be used for, things that it cannot be used for, and $10,000 will go just like $10,000 is. It'll go like that, especially when you're speaking of a constituency with thousands of people. So you have to assist some elderly people with medication. You have to assist people with different things. Yeah? And if you start using your personal finances to do that, as somebody who's been involved in politics, I could warn you, leave your personal finances out of that. Because you're going to end up with no personal finances. Yeah? So you have to be careful in how you deal with these situations. Now remember, there is a housing scheme in Beaujeu. Let me repeat. For those at the back of the class who play in dance, there is a housing scheme in Beaujeu. The fire took place in the same constituency. I believe it's in Beaujeu itself that the fire took place. So you have a situation where in the same community there is housing or ought to be housing that is available for situations like this. So you have people who have been affected by fire that the same night should have been moved into those houses, because in each of the housing projects they reserve a certain number of houses for what? For when people place burn, they have a place to go and stay. Let me repeat what it is for. It is for when there is a fire that you can move the people into those places so that they have somewhere to stay while you fix the situation where they are, or they fix the situation. If they had the money, they could start to do a thing. And so it is not a permanent thing that they get some houses in the Beaujeu housing scheme. So you have houses in Beaujeu housing scheme. You have apartments there with light. Yes, electricity. Okay, let me say it properly. With electricity, with flowing pipe-borne water, with ready access. NADMA and Ministry of Social Services could provide beds and other things like that. Don't tell me they can't. I know that they have it and they can supply those things so they can outfit an apartment or two so that the family could have stayed there while the place is being redone. And then nearly within walking distance, you could say, they not to take bus if it's in Beaujeu. They not to take bus. They could walk down every day, go down every day and do bit and piece until they fix the place and move back in the place. And it is simple. It should not be up to the parliamentary rep in this instance. He is the opposition. So it is not a situation where the onus is on Dr. Mitchell now to go and find people for the place to say, all you damn fast. All you fast. Again, let's go over this. So somebody with common sense could understand what we're saying. Okay, my friend has always said, don't say common sense. Somebody with sense could understand what we're saying. And we know we have sense. So let me see if we could educate some of them. The houses burn in that area. There are apartments available according to what we have been told by the Minister of Housing, the Ministry of Housing, and what we know was put in place even since the days of the New National Party before 2008, that when you have housing schemes and so, in La Colombe, they had the same thing. You retain some, you give out some, but you have some that empty in case somebody house burned. They could go there for how much months and then they go back to the place. When you build a place to them or they build a place, they go back to a place. Or they get themselves set up enough that they're able to find a next place. The same with all of the housing projects around. You always leave a couple apartments free for those sort of situations. Remember when there was the fire in Chantimel? Some of the people were offered after, because some of the people were offered places in the housing project up there, the Chinese housing project there. There is a Chinese housing project in the constituency. We're not supposed to be hearing anybody now saying we're looking to see where we could find place for them. There is place for them. But the government has to do its job. But again, they're from St. George Northwest. So we realize once you're from places where NNP is considered to be very strong or very popular, we realize in this childish way that this administration operates. They want to punish you. So when you're from Petit Martinique, that they win Carriacou but they didn't win Petit Martinique, they upset. They don't like you. Yeah? They have a certain level of hatred and malice towards you. So up to today, we can't hear, or you hear anything, anybody message me, tell me, any houses complete in Petit Martinique yet? Any houses? Any? One? Anybody been able to move into a house in Petit Martinique? Somebody tell me. Let me see if that email that coming days to tell me that somebody get a house in Petit Martinique. No, that is Facebook gave me notifications. Yeah. So somebody tell us. You're from St. George Northwest? Pressure them. That is how they see it. Pressure them. And they keep voting for the same man all the time. Pressure them. So while it's have houses within walking distance that they could put these people, no, don't put them there. Lead them out. Let he find place for them. That's the kind of nasty, dirty attitude of these individuals. Yeah? And it goes further in. Remember, Telescope is within where? Telescope is in liberated territory. That is it within the constituency of the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, political leader of the New National Party. So while gravel and concrete do what it had to do, the minister was the Minister of National, is the Minister of National Security, is the Minister of Infrastructure, and so in charge of gravel and concrete and all kind of thing. He don't even show his face in the area. Closure, they know Closure has strong support by the New National Party, so they don't really care. So the Prime Minister could take 2 weeks or more before he go up and even show his face in Closure. Don't talk for the MP, Papa, yo. Closure people, all you see all your MP yet? I ain't talking about Mr. W. All you see, all your MP, the member of parliament, the one who does go in parliament and sit down in the chair to represent St. John, or misrepresent, whichever way all you want to put it. All you see the individual in Closure yet? They come and talk to all you. They ask all you what is the best solution to the issue of what you're going through in the short term, of what they can do for you in the medium term, and what is the long-term strategy to solve the problem that is happening there. They didn't even go and talk. They didn't even know. Maybe the man may be gone back by now. They didn't even know the owner of the house was in Grenada because they just don't care. And then the owner of the house, well, there's a story there. Nothing bad. It just happens to be who he is related to by blood. Yeah? It just happens to be a case like that. I ain't going deeper into that part. But the bottom line is this. These individuals, once they realize it's an area that there's good support for the new National Party or so, they treat you as a dog. And that's what's going on here. We see it happening over and over, all over. 44073, well, 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on. Yes, but you must call us on the WhatsApp. Yeah.
No, you can't go. We need some more of your drilling.
Let me say a special good night to my cousin Kathy.
Need some more
How you doing, Miss Levine?
of your dancing. Give me some more.
In case all you didn't know, as a Levine too, yes. My grandmother was a Levine.
Oh, yeah.
So all your NDC Levine, time to leave. Eh? What are you doing over there? Come home.
Give it up.
I know it's not much early, but fix the thing.
I can't stop. No.
You ain't talking about all that married and accept the name. No. All that are the blood, the Bajan blood. Yeah, the thing, yeah. All you know where the thing come from.
All the time. Oh, yeah.
So, folks, remember this Thursday as well. The electoral list will be out. Each of us have to double check the list. And what I was speaking to the caller about earlier is very important. There have been instances where people reporting that, hey, names were removed of people that died, and then they're seeing the names reappear again. And let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hey. Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, man. Go right ahead.
Yeah, St. David in the house. St. David is in the house.
Yes, man. Cut and go through.
Yeah, I see me MP for St. David do some do barbecue thing up the next week.
Not next week, this Friday.
Yeah, this Friday. You know, I'm me.
So this Friday at the party office there, and that's
yeah, you know that me.
Yeah, then last suggest. So
you know that me.
Of course.
Miss Carmi, good night to you, Miss Carmi. I'll pass by Friday.
All right. You pass it by Miss Carmi before you go up.
Nah? Yeah, man. I'll pass by Miss Carmi before I go up.
All right, lovely.
Yeah.
And make sure when you're coming back down, you bring down some barbecue for Cammy. Yeah? She will tell you what she
wants. Of course. That's number one. I can't go up there and bring nothing. I have to bring back something.
Yeah, and you will tell her which you will find out from her which one she wants. If she want the fish, the pork, or the chicken, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Organize Miss.
I know she like chicken. She like fish. I love fish.
Never assume with women. Ask. Take what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Never assume with women.
Okay.
Ask a question.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, enjoy the rest of the night.
All right. Thank you so very much, my brother.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Never assume. Ask a question. Take what I'm telling you. 1473-440-7377. So I was saying to you all, it's important. Check the voters list. Some people are saying the people who died. So there are people who died and the name came off the list. And they're seeing those names back on the list again. So we have to deal with those issues and make sure that those names are permanently moved off the list. Whatever problem happened, slip up, and so on, the names got back on, we have to make sure they're off. We have a caller. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, good night, brother.
Tito. How you doing?
What's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You go right ahead.
Well, not bad at all. How you doing?
No, I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
Yeah, Mr. Sheldon, man. Mr. Sheldon, I want to say good night to Miss Kate Lewis and whosoever went on this nice little journey in England. I just hope that my minister and whensoever she jump on a flight to go wheresoever she go, I know that we all time coming out successful. Mm-hmm. Right, and I want to say hats off going out to my Prime Minister, Miss Emily P. And Mr. Sheldon, I have one short problem because I heard Jacks now pass and I declaring some Jacks, but I must take a little time. So I want to say thanks to all my customers and thanks for the lady who bring the nice little van today to give me the job. And Sheldon, next thing, the people of Baghdad in Simon, this is my area, and I look out for the people in Baghdad. Right, the people in Baghdad, I make a little survey over last weekend, and the people are crying because you come and you tell them that they get in bathroom and toilet and everything will be okay. They will be, like inside, and Mr. Sheldon right now in the rain season, and Baghdad is a place where does consume a lot of water. You understand, Sheldon? And the people in Baghdad are crying. The billing are up. They say, well, the billing is up, but like when time to use the facilities, you understand? If you know, you can't just making people just tell people like, yes, bathroom and toilet. Come on, how long bathroom and toilet taking to build? You build the place.
No, they
So
come in
how
and say
long the time?
they come in and say
Come
kids should use $10,000 to do those sort of things. As if $10,000
me,
could
me,
do
me,
that.
me, 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 me- Mr. Shannon, $10,000 in Grenada today is like $5. It's not like the year before when I run in shop and everybody coming and buy 2 little biscuit shop thing. Everything price go up. So when you look at $10,000 now in Grenada, $10,000 is like $5. On a Samika in Grenada now, if you have $100, if you have like $400, you have to consider yourself, tell yourself you have $320, you know. You understand? You have to mark it at $20, $100 like at 20, you know. Because before you go in the grocery shop, mackerel is how much, tin of mackerel is how much, tin of sausage, you know. Mr. Sheldon have a like a shop running in the front and my garage in the back. And Mr. Sheldon, trust me, the way how the things are going now, and like everybody, people like tongue and we come in like they say, hey, this is Tito. I love to hear you, Sheldon. You know, you talk facts, and you, Mr. Sheldon in Grenada as I all-time say, and I want the people who in authority now to get to know that Mr. Sheldon, as long as they do have money on the street in Grenada in trouble. You understand, Mr. Sheldon? And Mr.
I
Sheldon,
was
it
having
do.
that discussion with a friend of mine just a few hours ago in the way that money circulates in the economy, especially for things as simple as the bushing program, and to understand how that pushes money into the economy itself. When people get that money and they pass by Tito, let me get some of this, let me get some of that, or they may have a bill there that they put in place because they know they're getting the local fortnight, and they put that bill in place, and when they get the money, they come and they pay you, and those kind of things. But these people, because they've never been through that, and they claim so, they say so, but they never really been through those sort of situations, they don't understand how economy, like the rural economy, really operates, especially on the small
364.
scale. You know, so that's why they're doing the things the way they're doing it.
Yeah, so the people out of Baghdad and the people in surrounding area where they get bathroom, where they get bathroom and toilet, people crying and they asking NDC, please, they're ready to use the facilities what they promise them or they tell them they go. They didn't tell them they just putting up building and they didn't setting up the equipment inside the place. We don't, the people in Baghdad and people in surrounding area don't just want building alone. People want the facilities inside the face basin up, the toilet up, because remember rain started to come and they try to they condemn, they try to make Baghdad people condemn the outside pit. So now it's time, Mr. Sheldon, we need the people who in charge to go in my constituency and make sure that everybody is okay, right? Thanks very much. Have a pleasant night.
All right, my brother, no problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. I was making sure I had a state. Nice, right? Yes, indeed, folks. And you see, the other thing is this, it's very disingenuous. That's a proper word. I must double check that word, you know. To say it a lot sometimes. But it's very unfair to give the impression that it's only the NDC coming and doing bathroom and toilets for people. Let's take a little stroll down memory lane. When Kindra Mathurin Stewart, as the Member of Parliament for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, was doing bathroom and toilets in Carriacou and in Petit Martinique, proper bathroom and toilet facilities for people, and taking the pictures of the bathroom and toilets that were being done and putting those online and saying, look, we've done bathroom and toilets for X amount of people. The same people who are in office now were cussing her left, right, center, upside, inside kitchen cup. They were cussing. I'm speaking facts. These people, every time she put up a picture and said, you're doing this, they only putting up a set of bathroom and if you do that for people, why you have to go and put that up? And them kind of thing they were saying. Mr. Oliver Joseph sent me a number how much? Mr. Oliver Joseph, I personally know, did a lot of bathroom and toilets for people in St. David. Now remember, St. David is the biggest constituency, and he tried to take the lion's share. So he did a lot of bathroom and toilets for people in St. David. The same goes for most of the other constituencies where the MPs did bathroom and toilets for people. I remember when Kate do hers up in her constituency, and they snap pictures and put, oh, are they putting up people toilet? So are they do a toilet for somebody die something? The same people now jumping up about, oh, we taking people out of pit toilet, and we doing bathroom and toilet for people, and we taking them out of... The same people. So let's not get it twisted, and let us not get lost in the lacquer. But the fact is that bathroom and toilets were being done over the years. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
I call back again. Mr. Oliver Joseph.
Make it brief, because you've had a chance. So
do a lot of back in Beirut.
In Beirut.
So they can't compete. Oliver Joseph do a big area. St. David is a big area. Oliver do a lot.
All right, my brother. All right. This person I call you need to call me on the other WhatsApp number. I can't take it on this one. You have to call me on the other. Let me send the other one for them. Yeah. So folks, this is a thing that I see some of them doing. Let me see if I can take that call over here. Hello, good evening. You're live on the program. Hello. 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 Hello.
Good evening. You're live on the program. Good evening, Sheldon. How are you?
I'm quite fine.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine, my dear. You go right ahead.
Okay, Sheldon. I have a concern. I know you dealt with it last night, but I don't know if tonight is too late.
No, go ahead.
But what I have to say concerning the amendment of the Constitution, whatever, concerning the allegiance, pledging allegiance to His Majesty, and changing it around. I personally, my personal take on that, it should be pledging allegiance to the state of Grenada.
No, that is what they...
Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
That is
what they're
doing.
Allegiance to Grenada, would it bring across the point that Carriacou and Petit Martinique is important?
Now, according to the Constitution of Grenada, it's the state of Grenada, not Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Now, when we did the constitutional reform process in 2016, that was offered to people. The people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique themselves voted against it. They voted against naming the state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So NNP would not go after that, go in Parliament and say then, okay, we're changing it anyway. The people voted against it. You have to listen to the will of the people.
Okay.
Yeah. So the state, according to the Constitution, according to the Constitution of Grenada, there is no country named Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. There is the state of Grenada, right? That is, and we're trying to correct that in 2016 by making it Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So when you see a passport, Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, everything, it's Grenada, officially Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Like you have Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts, Nevis.
Okay.
You know, Trinidad, Tobago. You're trying to put it as that, but people were against it. Yeah? But I do agree with you. I do agree with you, though. Yeah?
Yes. Well, so I know you have a lot to offer. I think you should go to them, let them know that just changing it to that one word, Grenada, is a no-no for us. It's the state of Grenada.
Indeed.
Okay, Sheldon?
All right, my dear.
God bless you, my love.
Thank you. All right.
Kisses.
Right, later. Honestly, flattery. Yes, indeed. 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Now, let me clarify here. Because the caller is making a valid point, but I want to clarify the point that they're making as well. One, what the government is proposing is, and that's actually a very, very interesting point that the caller is making, that the government is going to Parliament now to pass the legislation, the amendment to the Constitution to change the state from, to change it from pledging allegiance to King Charles to pledging allegiance to Grenada. All well and good. The caller is saying that instead of just pledging to Grenada, that you should also make that change to pledge to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And the caller does have a very, very, very valid point. But you see, these things can only come out if this government stop being arrogant, stop being hard-headed, and go to the people, because they may have gone to the community. The person who called here could have spoken to them and said, hey, why are you just pledging allegiance to Grenada? Make the amendment too, because it is an amendment that some may consider. Some may argue it is not a minor amendment to just change the name. Some may say it is a major amendment to change the name, because then you have to spend a couple million, because all your documentation, your passport, how you print them has to change. All of your information on all your documentation, all your printed material, all of that has to change. So it is not just simply, okay, we change the name and now we pledge allegiance to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. But if you're pledging to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, the constitutional change has to be to the name of state. And during the constitutional process, there was also a bill that was brought forward to change the name of state, to change it from Grenada to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. But again, the same individual sitting in the Attorney General's chair, Claudette Joseph, that same individual went out there and encouraged people to vote against the referendum, to go out and vote no. These were the individuals that were out there running a negative campaign against the referendum process that the New National Party put in place in 2016 and again in 2019, because there was this misconceived notion within their minds that if the NNP lost these constitutional reform processes, that means that they're going to lose the election after. That didn't happen. They get 15-0 in the tail right after that again. Yeah? So if you're speaking about doing these things now, and we're speaking about it, we better start speaking about referendum, because there are some other major things that have to be addressed. But then, in the minds of many people, and you have to say it as it is, and this is a reality, in the minds of many people out there, all you these NDC, I'm telling you how they say it. This is not how I'm thinking, I'm saying how many people thinking. All you these NDC, all you make sure that how the referendum fail under Dr. Mitchell. So when all you come with it, we go make sure all you fail too. And that is the way that some people thinking. And I'm saying we should not be thinking that way. We should be thinking in the interest of Grenada and what is best for Grenada. So if a referendum comes, and let me put the caveat here, if the government does it in the proper way, in the proper manner, with consultation with the people of Grenada in the same way that the New National Party and the Constitutional Reform Committee went around the island and spoke to people. I myself went to Carriacou with the committee and other places, went around the island, spoke in schools, in churches. They went to churches. They went to schools. They went to community centers. They went on the blocks. They went to every radio and television program in Grenada speaking about constitutional reform. And they didn't say, well, okay, we're only speaking to people in the government. They went to government programs. They went to NDC programs. They went to every single program, Dr. Francis Alexis, Ruggles Ferguson, and others. They went to them to speak about the constitutional reform process. And yet still, the NDC at that point in time staged a program where they told people, go out and vote, but vote no. So the constitutional bills failed. They still get a 15-0 in the tail in 2018, but the constitutional bills to change the name of state, to bring Grenada to the CCJ, to do things like the same, what they call it again, oath of allegiance, and all of these things. All of these things were contained there. So when you hear people speak about it now, it is sad for some people. It's not sad for me, because I expected it, that sooner or later people would understand finally what they gave up. simply because these individuals were pushing that what the NNP was trying to do was create same-sex marriage. And you had some of you NNP people believe that that is what NNP was trying to do. As much as we in the Constitutional Reform Committee took the time to explain to you all that that is not there, you all went and listened to these people in the NDC who were pushing to you that, hey, NNP trying to bring same-sex marriage in Grenada, just vote no against everything. Church leaders, you're responsible too. Because many of you, even though the Constitutional Reform Committee met with your individual religious bodies, even though on many instances they came to your congregations and spoke to you, and they spoke to some of you church leaders who were against it individually, went through the bill bit by bit by bit and told you all, this is not going to be doing that, to bring any same-sex marriage or so in Grenada and put these things in place. You all were the same ones that went and fight against it as well and tell people, vote no. You all did that. Vote no. They're looking to do this and this is immoral and all kind of thing. But when the Samoa Agreement was signed, none of you had anything to say. And up to this day, the 15th day of July 2025, none of you had nothing to say about the Samoa Agreement. All you're quiet. All you get a case of mutitis. All you do have nothing to say now. When other moves quietly are taking place in relation to the same thing that all you shoot down the referendum process for, all you do have nothing to say. All right. You all told people vote against it. And some of you NNPites, you who put your trust in the New National Party to form the government, and the party was telling you this is not what we're doing, you went and listened to the other side. Now people come in and decide to go in and do what they want to do, and they're not even taking it to you. They're doing it through the parliament. And even though they're doing it through the parliament, and the NNP says, well, look, this is something that we support before, nothing is wrong with it as we see it. So the NNP is saying, we support this. But they're still saying at the same time, take it to the people. Before you go and pass it, you'll get our support. You will get our support in relation to it. You're getting our support in parliament. But all we are saying that before you bring it to parliament, why is it that within the next 15 days, you find you must bring this into the parliament and pass it? What's the haste? The world going and end the day after? All you know something we don't know, it have a comet coming or some kind of thing? Because like they know something that we don't know, because there's this kind of rush like if they will never get the chance to do it again, or there will never be a parliament sitting again for them to be able to do it. So you wonder what is really taking place here. Why is there this undue haste and undue rush to go and pass that bill at this point in time? Why do they find it absolutely necessary that they must do that now? You have to ask yourself that. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Scott.
Good night, my dear.
I come to one conclusion that the Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou and Pity Matnick, don't care about Grenadians. He feels he's in charge of Grenada, so whatever he do and say goes. Because it's the people who put him in parliament. If the people didn't put him in parliament, he wouldn't have get a chance to doing this right now. So that's why he should have go to the people and find out from the people if that's a great idea. I to myself is a great idea, but yeah. I find he should go to the people. Because the people who elect him into parliament.
And especially, technically, where the people never gave him a 2/3 majority. The people of Grenada did not vote to give them a 2/3 majority. Delma Thomas was voted in on a new National Party ticket, crossed the floor, joined with them, and gave them the 2/3 majority. The people did not vote for her to join with the NDC. They did not vote for that. So technically, he was never given a 2/3 majority and should not wield it as though the people of Grenada so loved him that they gave him a 2/3 majority.
When he was campaigning, over the world. Pity Martinique, Carriacou, Grenada. But now you want to put Grenada alone on that thing they want to do. Where Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique? Where was it in when he was campaigning? He had Grenada, Pity Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about the people, because the people who put you there. You couldn't have been in parliament without the people. You couldn't have been prime minister without the people. So you must consider people. You must consider people when you go in that road.
It's important to get the insight of the Grenadian people on this issue. You heard that caller that called, and they introduced the thing of, everybody talking about basically changing from the King to Grenada. But why should it be changing from the King to Grenada and not Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? And I wasn't even thinking along that lines. So you see how it's important to talk to people and allow people to talk and discuss the issue.
That's it. I hope this ain't cause Grenada a problem.
Well, as I said,
and when he done, I just hope he cause Grenada a problem.
As I said last night, there were some people, either fairly or unfairly, that had their concerns in relation to switching allegiance from King Charles to Grenada. And as I said, fairly or unfairly, maybe they believe that, hey, this thing is going to be bad if you do it for me, for my pension, for whatever. They may think that. It may not be the truth, but they may think that. Yeah? So it may cause undue worry and stress on individuals. And others who just, do it. No matter what, we go face the consequences, do it. You know? But my whole thing is, why the rush? Why the rush?
That's it. Why is the rush? Why is the rush? Just how they rush to sign the paper, just the same, and the Prime Minister say he didn't know about it. Now you rush in. When he rushed, I hope we end up in problem and say he didn't know anything about it. Because he like to say he know nothing. So Mr. Scott, have a good night.
Same to you, my dear. All right.
Yeah, take care.
Yes, indeed, folks. 1473 or 4407377. Again, for those of you that are joining us late, I must apologize for the absence of I still call him the Honorable Alvin Dabrio. He was unable to make it. Again, it is not due to any fault of his own. I take full responsibility. You see, as a man, when things happen, I just take responsibility. Unlike others who just try and blame other people. Take responsibility. Nice? Yeah. So, I take full responsibility for it. I did contact him late in relation to it. He told me he would try. He's not certain. I sent out the artwork, and subsequently I sent the link and everything for him, but he was unable to do it. And that is not his fault. That is my fault. So we will have him on. Maybe later in the week or early next week, we will have him on with us, but we were unable to have him on with us tonight. And I know many of you was looking forward, because it's been a while you hear from Brother Dabs, eh? That's our call. I've known Alvin Dabrio since the year 1996, actually. I've known Alvin Dabrio since that year. Yeah. That point in time, I think he was setting up the transmitter for WeFM. And they were setting up the transmitter up in Mount St. Catherine. And there was a Venezuelan helicopter in Grenada that was bringing up all the equipment and so on. And I was there. I didn't go with the helicopter, no. I didn't brave at that point in time. I brave now. Yeah, so they brought up all the equipment up to Mount St. Catherine and so on to put up that transmitter. And I remember doing a tour where we saw the different sites that the transmitters would be put up and all of that. So I was around. Alvin maybe don't even remember I was there on that trip, but I was around at that point in time. I did a story for the newspaper I was working for at that point in time on that particular one. 1473-440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Sheldon is saying he performed well, referring to Mr. Dabry. He performed well on GBN this morning. You're not the only person I'm hearing that from, Sheldon. And Christopher is saying we need to protest until make haste. Let's call for a by-election with number 10. Yeah, I'd like a by-election so you could tell her bye and shoot, you know. Tell her bye. Yeah, we need a by-election for she and shoot. Yeah. And let me see some of the other comments here. I heard him too. He's focused on giving props to this government for building the secondary school funds where they were by the NNP. What were you referring to? I sort of lost track of that one. Oh, the idiot? Okay. Folks, all you tired to bother with stupid people. How come? You all realize, let me explain something here on Talking Points. Huh? These people started talking about shrimp farm, shrimp farm, shrimp farm, shrimp farm. We came, we do a program, we explain the shrimp farm. We explain the fact that the state of Grenada ain't lose no set of money and how to call in 50-something million and state of Grenada lose money and thing with shrimp farm. That is not the case. The state of Grenada made money but didn't lose any money off of the shrimp farm. Even though the project did not finish, didn't go to completion, Grenada, your country, your tax dollars were not wasted in relation to any shrimp farm. Yeah? There was a problem. The people were asked to do their accounting and so on, and then that is what was put in place that eventually led to what happened with the Kimpton Kowana project there. That you put in place that all the funds that come in relation to this have to go into escrow account. The government of Grenada would control. You do a bit of the project, they review, the CBI committee review, they say, okay, we're going to release the next set of money to you to do the next part of the project and so on. Yeah? And that was because of the shrimp. What happened with the shrimp farm? It wasn't a situation that somebody get $50-something million from Grenada and go with it. That is absolute nonsense. Stupidness. Foolishness. Call it for what it is. It is dunceness by the individuals that keep saying that because they don't know what they're talking to. And to characterize somebody as dunce, I know is kind of harsh. But if a person does not understand what they're speaking about, does not try to understand what they're speaking about, have no details, no explanation, no factual basis of what they're speaking about, don't even have the technical competency to speak about what they're speaking about, and then they put themselves out there as though there's some expert in relation to the issue and coming to you to try and convince you, oh, the government of Grenada lose 50-something million. The government of Grenada ain't lose no $50-something million in relation to the shrimp farm. Ask them to show you where the government lose it. So we explained that on this program. That talk dead, isn't it? They talk about fowl farm. We bring the video for you. And the individual who was in charge of the fowl farm to talk about it and explain to the Grenadian people. And we're going to do it again, you know. Don't think we're done. We're going to do it again because they're going to try it. They'll say, after a few months, people forget that, man. We will come with it again. Come with it again. We're playing it again for you all. Yeah? Hear from Mr. Curtis Baptiste, the late Curtis Baptiste. Hear from Dr. Patrick Antoine. Hear about where Jude Bernard and them was involved, and Henry Joseph, and all of these people were involved in the company that followed Sunset Enterprise Limited in relation to the fowl farm. And how much money was given to these individuals and sitting in Scotiabank. We don't know if they give it back to the government of Grenada, or if it's still sitting there, if it has been used for other purposes, we do not know. Yeah? We do not know. So talk about fowl farm. I dare you all. Talk about fowl farm. Come. Talk about it. What do you want to talk about again? Briefcase? Come, talk about it. There's a whole document sitting down there in the government print you all can get and go through. Talk about briefcase. Talk about fowl farm and shrimp farm. Well, if you're afraid to talk about those things, we're talking about them. Because there's nothing to fear. You have some people that wasn't even born when these things were taking place coming to play experts in relation to it and telling you, oh, this is the situation with that. I know the thief how much money there and the thief how much money and all kind of things. Some of them, when they hear about the history with the Housing Authority of Grenada, ask them about material in St. John. But they come in to talk about who thief this and who thief that and state of Grenada lose money and this and that and all kind of thing. I know I never get arrested for gambling though. I know that for sure. Anyway, 1473-440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yes, I'll behave. Don't worry, I'll behave. Yeah, 1473-440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. And Nigel John, what's the point you're trying to make? You're trying to make the point that I'm correct? Yeah, the point I'm correct, I know what I'm saying. You're going and run to get some licks up in St. Patrick's again, but you run, you know. Run, man, you like to get some licks up there again. This time it blows. But again, folks, because I see posting things there, A 2/3 majority is how it would be successful. None of the bills got a 2/3 majority, and as such, all of the bills failed. For instance, the people of Grenada had the opportunity, had they so decided, to always have an opposition leader. And that was in 2016. So that when the New National Party secured all the seats again in 2018, you still would have had an opposition leader because it would have been an office created for, even though there is no one, the person who was the leader of the political party, I believe, that got the most votes after the ruling party, that individual would have been recommended to be the leader of the opposition. And as such, they've been able to choose the opposition senators, all of that. People voted against it. They said no. When we vote for 15-0, we vote for 15-0. No other side inside there. It would have 16 people in the chamber. They said no. That is how they decided to go with it. So, you can't blame people. Again, 14734407377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah? Let me just sort out one little thing here.
You're the life of the party now, and you've got everybody on the feet. And so you can't swim, but it's over an hour, and I know that you want to recover. Yes, you can take a break, but when it's over, just remember I'll be waiting to start the party. The night is full of excitement. Let's all
folks, you see, one of the things is that they may be able to go other places and spew that nonsense. They cannot come in the lion cage with that nonsense because the lion go bite them. So they can't come inside here with the nonsense because we're going to shame them with it, and we're shaming them with the truth, with facts and the truth in relation to what we're saying. We don't have to lie here. We don't have to obfuscate the truth. We just have to put forward the facts in relation to different issues. So any of those issues that they come with, we could defend our issues here, we can speak on them. They can come, but if they're disrespectful, you know what we're going to do. We're going to put their number out there, and we're going to let everybody call them. If they come and they put in nasty comments, they ain't going to last long. We're going to remove it. I mean, it's just the way it is. Because others may be nice. When I ain't nice, I'm nice. Yeah, just letting them know.
join the moment, lady. Light up the party. Come the weekend. Get on. Take over the floor. No, they can't go.
Yes, Saturday night after midnight, you have to talk to me personal on that one. I ain't posting that day.
We need some more of your tree.
Do we have a caller online? Hello, good night.
Yes, good evening, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, Pass?
I'm doing good. Wonderful.
Go right ahead, man. You're live.
Lots of things in the air, man. Lots of things in the air.
Yes.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we striving to hold our position and stand strong with our party and our political leader and the entire team. Now, I was listening to a particular radio station this afternoon, and there's a gentleman who called St. David's Catholic Secondary School, but was initiated by the learned and skilled and negotiable Prime Minister. Right? He didn't even say the Minister of Education, but the Prime Minister, Dickon Mitchell. But as I sat there and listened to this fellow speaking, I said how unlearned this guy is. He is not in touch with the historical affairs or the current affairs of Grenada. Now, he did say that government is a continuum, right? I applaud him for that. But he jumped straight after saying that. Well, the host gave him a chance to talk, and so on. And he said, he accused the former administration, the NNP government, of not being able to negotiate for anything at all. Imagine that, eh? Now, I wonder, where was this man
Pastor, today,
yes.
Today is Tuesday. And you know, there are 3 days of the week we doesn't
There's,
deal, we
there's
doesn't
some
deal with
people
triple people.
you don't deal with.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyhow, let me
Today,
cross that.
tomorrow, and yesterday. But anyhow, go ahead.
Yes. But that's one thing I want this gentleman to know. That during the period of Honorable Dennis Lett, right, and the Catholic community, they were looking for lands and so on for the school, all right? And I could safely say that just before the New National Party had negotiated lands and so on, when NDC came into office in 2008, that was already on the board, it's already tabled. So, but they did not trust the piece of land that they were looking at. So they went on to another portion. Well, after, make a long story short, when NNP returned in 2013, right, we decided to put the school in where that was, Lassages.
Yeah, I remember
And
being up there and being told
Right.
that the school is being shifted from that location to Lassages, because I also remember going to that school while NNP was in opposition, and you had bits and pieces of the school falling off.
Right.
Due to the sea blast was damaging it was rusting out the iron, and then the structures were becoming weak. I remember even speaking to the now deceased principal at the
Right.
time, and going
Yes.
through one or two of the issues that they were having up there. And those days NNP was in opposition, and then when
Opposition.
NNP came into office, all that you're saying, they're hearing that from Honorable Oliver Joseph at the time, because I believe
Yes.
he was also saying that the St. David's Catholic School was one of the only schools, I believe, that is fully under the church.
That's true.
It's one of the
That
only
is
schools
true.
that the
So-
church basically has like full control over what takes place.
Full control.
Yeah.
So we had to listen to the priests and the entire diocese. You know, we had to listen to them.
Yeah, you couldn't just
Right,
walk
but
in and say
still-
there's where
still-
school going and just move it.
Right, but still, don't forget, even while we were in opposition, right? We had a team up there cleaning and working on the building,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
right? So, and then after the parents, together with the teachers and so on, and the ministry, the development bank, I think it was, on the Lassages location, they said, okay, the people is concerned about the river.
Mm-hmm.
Right then, Honorable Oliver Joseph negotiated for some land elsewhere. Then the same piece that in Belfield that Mr. Honorable Lett had given us access to, we forgot that. And they were thinking about peace in Tebaid, that's in my community.
Mm-hmm.
Thereafter, they went and they got a piece in Malmong. That's where he's jumping up now and talking about Deacon Mitchell negotiate, and he's good at negotiating. Listen, this guy had to stop that because he don't understand the history, right? But no, what is the concern of that? You remember when they were in opposition, what they were saying? That they had to have security, extra security down there because the train gonna go down on the beach and all kind of.
Yeah, that was one of the things that they were saying. Look, NNP want to put the school down on the beach, and how much children go get pregnant because they go run down on the beach and they go run away.
Exactly.
They even went so far to talk about tsunami and the school go being down with a tsunami and all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah. So anyways, they just don't understand what's going on. But the thing about it is the injury to the insult to injury now is that it appears to me that we don't have a CTO in the Ministry of Works any longer, or infrastructure. That people have to go to the Prime Minister, right? It's alleged the kind of hour that they're trying to enroll people and all kind of thing.
Man,
that is a
the hour. I hear the Prime Minister going at specific. The people from the community call me and tell me. And they said the Prime Minister, after 9, they see the vehicle them rolling up there, and next thing they know, Prime Minister knocking the door, the man in the veranda, you know. I mean, no link that the man can't sleep. All 9 o'clock in the night, you're going and knock people door.
but listen to me. Mrs. Thompson is doing a real good work, and she's gonna teach my cousin a lesson. She's gonna teach him a lesson. we have, I mean, time is against us sometimes, time, boy. But anyways, I believe that St. David's under NNP, Mrs. Nolan Thompson is going leaps and bounds, doing a great work, and we cannot afford not to re-enter, not to come back into, we need to come back into office to really rid the people of Grenada out of all this oppression and trouble that they are having at this time. And yes, the Samoa document, what we repeat now is as a result of that document that these people on them side. Case closed. Have a good night.
All right, bye, brother. You have a good one as well.
Yes.
Tell wife hello for me.
You too. Yes, sir. Sure.
All right.
All right.
Wonderful.
Bye.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, folks. 14734407377. That is the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. And I have not gone through my stuff for tonight. I ain't go through my promos and them for tonight. Let me make sure. Yeah. So the St. David constituency branch, remember, they've got that barbecue. It was mentioned already for the night. That will be taking place this Friday from 1 p.m. Oh boy, I'll take the call and then come back to the promotion. Hi, good night.
Hey, hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, what's up?
How you do?
I'm good, man. You go right ahead.
Yeah, Sheldon, I want to say good night to all the listeners of Talking Points and all the people that support your show. Very well informed.
You may interfere with you? Say good night then.
Tell me.
You say you want to say good night. Say good night to them.
Well, yeah, good night. Too. Yeah, Sheldon. Right? Pastor said it all. And what is amazing with some people right now is like they under a trance. They stick to a script and they run with that script, which is rather dangerous and it's probably benefiting them. But here's what. We know the truth and we know exactly what we have to do. And I would like to give kudos to the caretakers, the new caretakers as having the NDC on airs right now. Ms. Japal, Mr. Diali, Ms. Nolin, and all the caretakers. Mr. W gave a good account of Mr. this morning. He speak well, right? But you see what is happening right now. I keep saying over and over that I look at this NDC administration just like the one in America. You see some fire is supposed to be exposed and they hiding it.
Boss,
these men know the truth.
You don't want me give a visa.
Well, I don't care about going, but let me tell you.
Yeah, but
this is what happening.
I ain't asking if you don't want to go and get yours. I ask if you don't want me to get my visa.
Now you have yours, but don't worry about that. But let me tell you.
I don't have no visa.
But on a very serious note, we hearing the allegations, and now that the Integrity Commission is back on track, basically they have a new board. Let us see how far this is going to reach, because here's what. The distractions that we are seeing or hearing on a daily basis with these ministers doing this and doing that, we're not letting up. Don't let up on this thing, because this is very serious what is happening. And if Ms. Simon as a citizen has to go as far as outside to get people to investigate these people, and them, they have to do it. You can't have a prime minister sit down.
Hold one section before you go continue, and I'm not saying you say anything wrong or thing. But why must it be Miss Simon? Why the rest of us can't get involved and go to the Integrity Commission too? I think everybody waiting on poor Auntie Jenny, and how much people defending her when these people saying the nastiest things about her, from her looks to her intelligence to her history, everything in the NDC. These people have the worst things to say about her. And the same people that say, Jenny, go. And I'm saying it as a human being too, because I've been down that road before. The same people that saying, Jenny, girl, go in the Integrity Commission. Deal with the tail. None of them standing up and defend her when people say anything. Well, I mean, I see people on the platform here defending her. But how many people that stand up and defend her after is like, go up and do this, and then nobody want to defend you. So some people who may have been willing to follow Jenny and go to the Integrity Commission and say, I'm bringing up a case, these are the facts in relation to it. Some of them are afraid because who backing them up? We as NNPites, we as Grenadians need to start to step out from this kind of thing about, well, you go ahead, I go support you quietly, and come out and talk, defend people. Go right ahead, my brother.
Well, I think your platform and other platform is doing a very good job, but we need to get, as you rightly said, get behind this journey. But I will be one of the first if you had to sign a petition to get this thing going, because trust me, this thing is happening, and it emboldens them. I see this brother on this program this afternoon, Mr. Redhead on DM with PM, and it's like these guys like this thing flying over their head, and like they don't care. We didn't have top, and we can't do crap about what they do. And to me, we should never let a government or ministers reach to that point where they feel they're untouchable and they are Teflon done. They are not. And it only emboldens them that when we talk, they have the propaganda talking and that nonsense with that same script about 3 years and young, youthful exuberance and all this kind of nonsense. And when you ask them one question, tell us what is going on with the GDP Bank, they can't answer the question. They cannot. That is a clear violation of the laws and the rules of what you're supposed to be doing. And these men don't care.
Okay, before you go further then, I thought just hit me and I don't want to lose it. So you said they're talking about 3 years. Okay. 1995, the New National Party won the general election, came into office, right? Between 1995, by the time 1999 came around, and let's not even count 1999. So 1996, 1997, 1998. By that point in time, you had a cricket and football stadium nearly complete, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You already had youth programs operating. You had some of these institutions came in. You started having things like the call centers and different things start to come and provide employment for young people. You had all of these things that happened in that short 3-year span. In this 3-year span of the NDC, they can't match themselves between the NNP when the NNP just came in 95. Between 95, 96, 97. The volume of work that the Keith Mitchell-led administration did in that period of time is 100 times bigger, 100 times more important to the Grenadian people than what this group has done in the 3 years that they have been there. NNP, let's say the NNP government from 2003, there was election in 2003. 2003, 2004, Hurricane Ivan. 2000, well, not even 2003, let's say 2004, 2005, 2006. 2 hurricanes, 2 hurricanes. July 2005 is when the second hurricane passed by and it did some damage to Carriacou and the northern part of the island and so. Now you had these 2 events that happened and the NNP was able to rebuild Grenada in that period of time. You also had the after effects of the 2001 bombing that took place in the US and started to damage the economy to a serious stage. Then you get hit by the hurricane. And NNP was able to do so much in that space of time. We built so many houses and schools, etc., hospitals, all of that in that space of time. So you matching up the 3 years of the NDC against that 3 years of the NNP, NNP beats them 10-1. And don't even talk about 2013, because by the time 2016, you already had a stadium rebuilt. The same stadium they couldn't rebuild for 4.5 years. Emlyn Pierre did it in 2. So, and then within the first 6 months, we already had over 4,000 young people involved in a youth program. It's been 3 years with these individuals and they can't call numbers like that. So what they're talking about 3 years at the NDC and all kind of thing, like if they do anything in that 3 years, what them do? I'm putting up 3 years at the NNP.
Sheldon, quickly, this thing with this referendum thing that they're talking about, and what happened in 2016 and then what, 2018 was the next one, I think?
Yeah, 2018.
When they failed. Right. I saw a post on your page a while ago where a gentleman put up the list of yes and no's and what passed. That was basically sarcasm, because I believe what that individual is trying to do is trying to show that there was no part talking about the oath, making allegiance to the oath.
Boss,
right? That is the reason why that post is there.
Today,
you see that?
Today is Tuesday. I just passed that it is Tuesday.
Right.
I
so let me tell
deal
you,
with stupid people like Nigel on days like today, yesterday, and tomorrow. I do not deal with stupid people like Nigel.
So let me tell you my take on this thing, because to me, it is very clear right now why by a certain member of parliament and why by over that lady. These things are not being done half-heartedly. They do it purposely, right? And like you clearly said, she didn't win on an NDC ticket. She won on an NNP ticket. No. The NNP had all 15 seats in 2013 and 18. Clearly could have been done. But they choose to go to the people.
And 99,
this mere fact that
and 1999
and 99, yeah. And this mere fact that this government is trying to do this with all the people's participation, basically, right? It tells you something that they have up their sleeve. Now, I've been listening to other programs with Mr. Alexis and Mr. Ferguson. I listen to all the programs that they have, and I'm still trying to find out why no. And I'm listening to the other programs basically, and you're hearing people behind. You're hearing the lane name. You're hearing people names, and then it's starting to click to me. You see this thing? We going to a stage where we can't get back. And Mr. Deacon Mitchell, I'm telling you, sir, rethink this thing. Go to the people, let the people vote for what they want, because what you're trying to do there won't work. Grenada
my brother,
does
I'm
not.
not even saying necessarily let the people vote. I don't think we going to that part of it, but at least let people have this. Because you heard a while ago, the caller that called and said, well, look, you're talking about taking it to Grenada. Why not Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? And I wasn't even thinking of that, but it's an important point.
Yes, very much so.
If you're doing one, you could do the other one at the same time and just get the two out of the way.
Yeah. And anyway, last before I go, Miss James in St. John, please, better language next time when you're trying to address your constituents. Please, my God, don't do them that, man. Shall I have a good night?
All right, brother. 1473440. No, let me play something for you all. I'm gonna have to put the phone calls on hold for this one, but let me move this from here. Right, nice. I may have to put the phone calls on hold for a short while. I just want to play something on pensions for you, and I ain't gonna say it. I taken a borrow from the narrative. Yeah, I taken a borrow from the narrative to speak about pensions for a short while. Yeah, let me just hear something on pensions. Let me hear. Play the thing, now, man. Yeah, talk. Yeah.
Those who support the administration and who are part of it, and you ask, what have you done? They say two things. They say, we paid the pension and we adjusted the minimum wage for the first time in a decade. Transformative or not?
Well, look, the functionaries of government is to pay salaries, collect taxes, pay pensions and whatnot. And let me just add here, you know, it is ironic how they're blaming one man for not paying the pension. The NDC government was formed in 1998 out of a disagreement with Mr. Blaise. And that was over retrenchment of workers. At the time, they were trying to cut down on the amount of workers in the public service, because obviously the IMF and the World Bank and USAID said it was not sustainable. So the NDC was formed out of this agreement. In 1990, they came into office, and they started rehiring some of the very said people that was laid off or got retrenched. So they built up on the public service. They did nothing about the pension and gratuity of 1958 when they were in office in 1990. They came in 2008 and they did absolutely nothing about it. This government, the NDC only paid the pension because there was a court order. And we still have to give the former government some credit. We have to give them credit for having the resources through prudent management, even in difficult times. We have to give them some credit for having the resources there that the country did not have to go into debt to pay that pension. So I don't know if we want to give all of that credit and to turn someone into a celebrity by virtue of you just paying the pension. He was not the great late Eric Gary who created the pension, who piloted the Pension and Gratuity Act in the Legislative Council. He was no Eric Gary. All he did was correct some ills that his hero, Maurice Bishop, did. It was Maurice Bishop that created that problem with the pension and gratuity when he dissolved it in 1983.
Now, let me ask you, is there anything that has gone well, in your opinion, in these last 3 years? If you had to single out some things that the NDC has gotten right since since
Well,
2022.
I think what they have gotten right, the Prime Minister was able to fulfill his ambition. He became Prime Minister. He was able to travel around the world. A lot of his colleague ministers who never had a job in their life, they were able to become some of the highest paid workers in the land. They pay twice a month. And some may say that they pay twice a month, so people are broke twice a month. They're unable to, in terms of housing and in terms of continuation of some of the previous government work, I think they did a very good job in continuing some of the projects that the new National Party started. But one thing I would say, they ought not to change the names. Just simple continuation. This name changing and rebranding project just not working. Like, for example, the WASH program, which is something started by the toilet and bath, which started by the new National Party. They rebranded WASH. There's a program we started in agriculture, a labor subsidy program, where we were paying farmers, assisting farmers to work their own lands. The ministry have now rebranded it. They name it something else. So I can't seriously look at something that has a direct impact on people's lives that this guy had done. As a matter,
Michael Batista, they're ready for you, eh? My goodness. Anyway, 147344. But you heard what he said in relation to pension. Because every time you ask this Prime Minister, well, what you achieve, what you do, this kind of thing, you jumping up, pay, we pay the pension, we pay the pension. Yes, you had to pay it. You didn't have a choice. It's not like you paid because you like people. It's not like you paid because, oh, we promised before election we're going to pay it. You had no choice but to pay it. There was a court order before the election. So you knew that no matter what the situation, it had to be paid. And you were setting up yourself that had the new National Party won the election and paid the pension, you would have come and claim, we make them pay the pension because we say we was going and pay it. And you see NNP go and pay it, we forced them to pay it. Nobody was forcing the NNP to pay it. There was a court order. You didn't have a choice in relation to the matter. If anybody was forcing it to pay, it was the courts. So Ms. Armstrong and all of them, they could have used your legal expertise to go and fight the case in relation to pension. You, Deacon Mitchell, never offered yourself. You never gave any assistance to the Public Workers Union and so on. You are fighting against them. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon Scott, good night, and good night to the Grenadian people.
What's up? What's up, my dear?
Good night to Patricia, Mr. Watt, Dr. Mitchell, everybody. Peter David, good night too. Can't stop telling you good night. Sheldon, Grenadians are very bad-minded people. They're wicked. How much Grenadians you will get to come out and speak? Speak out. You yourself, you're working with the government of Grenada. You yourself, you're working in the Prime Minister office. And you know to yourself that they're doing wrong. How much of them have the belly to speak out of what's going on in this country? They're very hypocrite. I don't trust them. You hear me? I don't trust them, Sheldon, because a lot of things is going on here and nobody saying nothing. Only you they calling. They calling and talking. Thinking Michelle and them is wicked people? I don't afraid. There's nothing they could do to me. Sheldon Sufferation. KJ, I don't know if they're paying him to run him out. They pray to say, say Dr. Michelle and the team work so hard. A lot of them benefit and they have nothing. Watch. What I go say, they think about Jenny and say, Jenny speaking? Jenny speaking?
But you see, the thing is, you're in a similar situation to Jenny. Jenny is always
Jenny
under
speaking?
attack because she's speaking. If Jenny had decided, hey, let me do my business and stay out of the public light and say nothing, she would have been there, nobody would have bothered with her.
Grenadians not saying nothing at all, nothing at all.
The same thing with you. You speak and they attack you. Well, you know me, that's water off a duck.
I don't care, they could say what they want. They just put up our thing and they lie about me. So that is alright. But I will never vote for NDC. And a lot of them suffering. A lot of them talking. I don't want them come by me and tell me nothing. Go on the media. Go and speak to MTV, speak to GBN, speak to Sheldon, speak to Shaggy, and call out the wrong things they're doing. I just prefer to talk. I just defend when they pass in tongue and run them out and get Michelle. I just answer them and I just preach. I don't afraid. I'm a Grenadian. I am a Grenadian. And I know a lot of wrong things going on. Look, they just attack me. Look, they attacking me. They're picking all what I have as I turn me back. They say, no, how can I do the thing? You don't want to see what they put on the Live and Shaggy program about me. All you bad mind, a lot of y'all is bad mind people are only pretending to be NNP. A lot of y'all are afraid to speak. Hurting your family. You have to speak out. You have to speak out, let the world know what they're doing. The world know what they're doing. God forbid. God forbid. And Mr. Dick Michelle was here. He was listen. But the day I see you face to face, sir, I'm telling you what I have to tell you. I don't question you by road. I'm telling you what I have to tell you because they're only taking advantage of the Grenadian people and that's hurting me. He hurting me when I see what Dr. Mitchell do for this country and Mr. Dabro, Miss Morris, Mr. David in the time when he was in NNP and all the different ministers that work. When I see Mr. the one from St. David lose his seat, watch, I cry, you know. I could never believe that Mr. Oliver would have lost his seat for me. Hey, Grenadians is bad-minded people. All you didn't know this man. All you didn't know Dick Mitchell, you know. And all you want vote for these people. So what all you get now, take. What all you get in Grenada right now, take it. Take it with a smile. I stand in firm with my NNP people. All of Dr. Mitchell, so they know is that man helping poor people. He helping people in my village. He helping. And he don't power now. Some all you that he. And there's a lot of you that bring down the NNP government. A lot of y'all. A lot of y'all that bring down the NNP government. And are you blaming Kit Mitchell? Everything is a Kit Mitchell. Leave the man alone. Let you rest. Let eat blood and fish now. A lot of all you that did wrong things in different positions, he give all you now you're working. All you do things that all you didn't have right to do. So Grenadians get fed up. They say, we win already and I don't voting. I don't voting. When the man say he get to give this person a grant, give them some cement. And you make them sign and you never give them. And you make them sign and you never give them to be sabotaged. And you make them sign to get something and you don't give them. So an election they don't go out and vote. They don't go out and vote. But I'm waiting if God give me long life, health and breath. I'm waiting just to put my finger in the ink to one vote, get rid of them people. Because I'm so fine. I'm so fine. They're talking about hospital. They're talking about the hospital.
Tick find it till.
You're going up there, you're going to die. People dying. People dying. You can't buy medication. The only thing I just beg Grenadians that are abroad, bring an ointment for me. Because them little ointment they bring it training for me. It's $60 and $80. That's all I just beg all you for, you know. Some of you in America hiding.
Which remind me,
And I really running out your mouth and people. Yes, sir.
Remember, I sent a message, but I'm not sure if you saw it. You need to send a photo of the ointment to me, please.
Sheldon, to be honest, I don't know how to use the phone now. It's when my grandchildren pass by me, I just make them send the thing for me. Sheldon, they stressing me out, teaching all me little thing. Hey!
I go let how your name pass.
Why Grenadian tipping so? Oh God! Are you hurting one another? Dr. Mitchell works so hard. The stadium, the same terminal, all you benefiting. Everything is a Kit Mitchell. Nothing they do. The nice road in Mankuma. I want to take all the credit as if we're stupid, we don't know what's going on in Grenada. Dr. Michelle, you didn't breastfeed from your mother. I don't have a heart. I don't have a marijuana. Boo. I have to go. Have a good night, Grenada.
Good night, Cavi. You have a good one. All right. Yes, indeed. That's Cavi, as you just saying it as it is. Yeah. No, because I'll tell you, sometimes, because here it is, even for myself, I'll be doing the program here. And there are people, let me just take this call. We have a call online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Oh, they hung up, yeah. But I'd be doing the program here. And there are people, folks, who they contribute in no way to the program. Let me say that. They'll contribute in no form or format to the program. And I'm not talking financially here. I'm talking about people who would not give you a bit of information, who will not clarify something that they know about. They will not call to the program. They would not send a message on the program, nothing. But they are the first persons to go and run them out if they find I say something that I mustn't say. The first ones, they call themselves NNP. They contribute absolutely nothing to the fight. Nothing. But they are the first ones that pick up the phone to run them out on those of us that trying, those of us that fighting. They don't say, boy, I see you talk about that particular issue. Look, this bit of information in relation to it. I have this information. Or let me add some insight to this to you. Not a WhatsApp message, not a Facebook message, not a message on the YouTube or anything, not a call to the program, but they are the ones that want to run them out. You understand? So I understand where Cammy coming from. I just don't bother with them. To me, they don't exist. I don't bother with them. Yeah? I'm not saying that I can't take correction. I could take correction. I could take guidance. I could take criticism. But what I can't take is hypocrites. Yeah? Just making that clear. Yes, indeed. Call back if you want. We just have a few minutes remaining on tonight's program. But the clip I played a short while ago with Mr. Michael Batiste in relation to the pension issue is very important. Because he laid it out. Number one, the reason the whole pension thing came about was because of the People's Revolutionary Government in 1983, when they created the NIS and they did away with the pension plan that was there before from since Gary days. Yeah? The NDC, the NNP that came in 1984 found a bloated public service. In other words, you had more people than you needed in the public service because a lot of people had been brought in under different projects during the revolution and so on. So you had a bloated public service. And therefore, they had to shrink it. And you remember, that is when the NDC was formed, as Mr. Michael Batiste was saying, with the confusion that took place there, and who broke off and formed the NDC because they had to shrink the public service. That was done. And then when the NDC came in, they brought back the set of people in the public service. Now, when you brought them back in, you created the pension issue. So the pension issue wasn't created by Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. The pension issue was created when the NDC brought back those people in. And when the revolutionary government, the same Maurice Bishop et al., created the NIS and did away with the what existed before the NIS. I think it was the Providence Fund they used to call it, did away with that. And it is when the case was brought by the Public Workers Union. Now the NNP could have appealed the case. They had legitimate legal grounds to appeal the case. The NNP publicly stated not appealing the case. And remember, the case didn't even start, if I remember correctly, under the NNP. It started under the last NDC. So they could have said, okay, this lady bring a case, let's deal with that pension issue. Mr. Tillman Thomas and them could have said, man, let me just negotiate and done this thing. We ain't bothering with them and that. But no, it came, it was successful during the period of the NNP. The NNP did pay millions of dollars in pension. Millions of dollars in pension were paid during the period of the NNP. And the money to be able to pay the pension under the NDC again came from the NNP. So explain to me where the name Deacon Mitchell comes as solving the issue of pension. He damn fast. He out of order. He rude. And for people like those in the Public Workers Union and the people who step forward to fight the case on behalf of workers, to sit there and allow this man to come as some false god, that he is the one who come and manna fell from heaven as soon as he became prime minister on the workers of Grenada. And you all sit down there. After years, every Labor Day, you go back and watch the tapes. Every Labor Day, they're talking about the pension issue, the pension issue, the pension issue, the pension issue. And to leave now and understand that after the NNP, who could have tied up in court again for the next 20 years, said, no, we're not going to do that. Going to pay, there's going to be a process, we'll put a committee in place, find out, one, who are the people that have to be paid, alive and dead, and also find out the other aspects of the thing that you need to deal with. That person then decide like they want to call. Yeah, we're going to find out the different aspects of it, how much needs to be paid, who is alive, so you pay them, whose estate, who's died, so you have to pay the estate, all of that. Find out all that information, and then start the process of paying, and whether you have to pay one go or you pay in parts or whatever, but start the process. This Prime Minister come in looking for a victory on something, just grab all the money in the treasury and say, just pay them. And now, you're calling on the port, every week, you're calling finance department down there, how much money all you make, boy? All you think all you go bringing enough this month? All you bringing enough? Is that some ship coming in and all of them? I see a container ship coming in there. Every month, every week, in fact, calling. They want to know how much money come in. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do, in everything you say and do, keep it safe and secure. What are we speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. I am out.
The atmosphere